Hey everybody, I hope you had a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. Hope you got some fun. Hope you got some sun. Hope you talked to all your friends and family about RFK Jr. and how exciting this campaign is getting. It's the real deal. This update I have for you is actually got some news. I got some wonderful opportunities for you to get involved in this campaign, and I'm going to share those with you. But before I do, I just wanted to share some news that kind of gave me a chuckle, kind of made me raise my eyebrow a little bit as to what I was seeing. So how can I say this? The FDA has decided that they are the bears of all truth.
Thousands of points of misinformation are shared online daily. They're false, inaccurate, or misleading, and can spread intentionally and unintentionally. Some individuals and organizations promote opinions online disguised as fact, and misinformation can spread 6 times faster than facts. So you may be misled by headlines or out of context statements, especially when shared by someone you trust. Social media promotes information that you engage with regardless of the truth. So confirm what you read with a reliable source. This may be a nonprofit fact-checking organization or government resource. The FDA is concerned that health misinformation is negatively impacting the public's health. Stick with the facts. To see how FDA is addressing misinformation, check out our Rumor Control webpage.
Well, folks, that's it. I didn't know it was that easy. We just got to go to the FDA's fact-checking website and see if all of this misinformation on the internet is true or not. Oh, man. Why didn't we think of that earlier? Oh, it could be because this is the same FDA that greenlit opioids in mass scale for our population. Oh, it could be the same FDA that's allowed Pfizer to be felonious in their approach to how they deal with our healthcare system. We got pharmaceutical companies that have been convicted of felonies multiple times. And the FDA is the agency that's giving them the green light to go ahead with their business operations. And now it's the same agent that's saying, hey, guys, don't listen to those crazy rumors on the internet. You must listen to us. And boy, with the news that's coming out and how eroded our trust is in all of our agencies, that's going to be a tough pill to swallow. I think you're probably going to be seeing a lot of people make fun of that misinformation, whatever you want to call it, from the FDA. Speaking of the FDA, they got another wazunga. I remember about 15, 20 years ago, fluoride in the drinking water was a point of contention in city and county elections here in Florida. And there just was not enough evidence to say that it's doing harm. There was a little evidence to say it was doing good, but no evidence that it was doing harm, so it was deemed a conspiracy theory. And let's not talk about this. If you talk about this, you are a kook, and I'm not going to take you seriously. That was the tone then. Well, lo and behold, about 20 years later, the science is coming out, and real science that's coming from the NIH. So this isn't paid for by some far right-wing group. This is the NIH that's now releasing data slowly because they're being sued that fluoride probably isn't the best for developing brains. It could stop a cavity, but it can also damage your IQ. And these toxicology reports are coming out, and when they do, let's just bring it back to city and local elections and bring the science back, because this is what it's. If the FDA is going to stand behind the science, let's show them the science. And it looks like the science is coming out on fluoride, which is frustrating because it's a conversation that we did have 12, 15 years ago. But when you sleep with corporatists, you end up getting your hands dirty. And this is what we got right now. We got a bunch of corporatists in power And we've decided to go to bed with them because we like our comfort. And our comfort levels are going down, so I don't know if we're going to be bedfellows anymore. Speaking of comfort levels, whoa, Joe Biden, this cannot make you, or well, probably your handlers, very comfortable. We got a new poll out that says 66% of Americans believe that Joe Biden will be a disaster. That's crazy. Take a listen to this. This is funny.
Indeed, horrible news. Horrible for Joe Biden in our new CNN poll. While the president leads his Democratic competitors by a huge margin, 2/3 of all of the American people surveyed, 66% of the public, say that a Biden victory would either be a setback or a disaster for the United States.
Horrible news.
Indeed, horrible news. Horrible for Joe Biden in our new
I mean, come on. The establishment cannot be this blind. They know, they see the writing on the wall. And if they stuff Joe Biden on that ballot for the general, they're not going to be able to survive another election cycle, because every American understands that Joe Biden is a mess and he's not capable of leading this nation to a place where we need to be, so that we can not just survive the hard part of this century, but thrive through it, because we can. We just got to make the right moves. And RFK is talking about the right things. And let me remind you what those things are. It's revitalization of our infrastructure and revitalization of our country as a whole. Reconciliation becomes part of that revitalization, because we have to speak to each other. We have to understand each other. We're not each other's enemies. We can hold differences of opinions and still make choices together. That's what makes this country strong. Don't let the corporate agenda of dividing us get you. We are Americans. We are together. We can have differences of opinions and still move forward together. That's reconciliation. That's understanding what's the past is the past, and we move forward together. And we move forward to protect our environment from silly laws that are going to constrict us, and silly laws that are overregulate us, and silly laws that are not going to protect us, because the environment is changing. Humans are helping cause that change, but it's going to change regardless. And instead of bickering about it, we need to do something about it. Right. And lastly, peace, civil liberties, peace. They go hand in hand. Without any civil liberties, we will not have peace. And without peace, our civil liberties are going to get eroded. And so we have to have a serious conversation about our place in the Ukraine, our place in the world, and how the intelligence agencies, well, what kind of agency we're going to provide them in these next couple of cycles. So it's happening. Now, that's my little 2 cents on what I saw in the news. Let's get to some fun stuff, because again, this is talking about Robert Kennedy Jr., his campaign, and the groundswell, the momentum that it's starting to get. Events are starting to happen. So if you're watching this and you are somewhere in the California region, and the other one, New Hampshire. So California, New Hampshire, RFK is on the road. If you go to the link below, click on it, get yourself a profile. You can sign up, get more details on these events, and participate. Be part of the crowd. Be part of the cheer. Get this going, right? Now, if you do not live in New Hampshire or close to San Diego, there's still something for you to do. What's happening is the campaign starting to kick into full effect, and it's starting to ask people, no matter where they're at, to get involved. So I have something for you to do, something so that you can get involved. So no matter where you're living, you're listening, you can celebrate America. And on July 4th, you can have a July 4th party. Now, it says a parade. If you are gung-ho and want to have a parade in your city, go for it. Please send the videos. Please take the pictures. But just have a party, have a cookout, have an RFK-themed cookout. If you need chum, if you need signs, if you need buttons, just reach out to me. I could help you out. But have an RFK 4th of July themed event. Even if it's an hour out of the 3 or 4 hour party that you're already having, put it in there and put it on social media. Go to the website, sign up, make yourself a profile, and put your event on the website, the RFK 24 website. This is it. This is how we get our groundswell becoming more than a groundswell, but we call it momentum that leads to the Democratic Party finally noticing and saying, okay, we have to take RFK Jr. seriously, and we are. So, again, my name is Ariel Fernandez. I am just a volunteer here in Florida. If you want to get involved, get a hold of me. You have a couple events that you can do now. You can go to the parade, make a parade, or you can see RFK Jr. When he is attending and having these rallies. So, with that said, guys, I'm going to get back to the hot dogs. I'm going to get back to, what I am going to do is if you want to get involved again, there is a campaign Slack that I'm involved with and everybody else in the country who is serious about this is involved with, and we have phone conversations, we have meetings. So if you want to be part of this group, send me a message. I'll get you involved. The time is now. My old boss said this. He said, don't be afraid to have the fierce urgency of now. Well, Mr. Obama, I got it, and that time is now. So with that said, kids, have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And sign up. Volunteer. It's on.